Hello everybody, welcome Ian, Starship Adventures, and today a topic that I absolutely love, and that is the Magic Band. 6 meters. I got to tell you, if you've never been on 6 meters, it's a really cool band. It has a lot of different propagation characteristics. It sometimes takes on the characteristics of 10 meters. It sometimes takes on the characteristics of 2 meters, and sometimes it uses its own reflective ionizing patches in the atmosphere to reflect itself along the way. And we're going to talk about all that coming up in this episode here on Starship Adventures. So don't go anywhere. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. 6 meters. It's called the Magic Band. Why is it called the Magic Band? Well, because you get multiple different types of propagation. And one of those is basically using ionized patches in the ionosphere that move from east to west across the globe. And how do you find these? Well, we're going to get into that here in just a little while. There's a great tool online that shows you right where to point your beam for the best results, and we're going to get to that in just a few minutes. So what is the Magic Band? Well, it's 6 meters. It's 50 megahertz, specifically 50 through 54 megahertz. It's an amateur radio band, and it's a band that's open to be used by all amateurs of all license classes. Now, why would we use this versus some of the other bands? Well, this band's a little more challenging, but when the openings happen, it's magic, and that's where it gets its name. And I'll explain all of that coming up in just a few minutes. And we're also going to talk about an amazing activity day coming up this Sunday on 5/25. This coming Sunday, 5/25/25, there's a special activation, an operating event called an activity day on FM 6 meter call channel. And that's going to be on 52.525 on 5/25/25. I love how they did the numbers there. And basically, they're encouraging everybody that has the ability to get on FM 6 meters to meet on the call channel on that day, no specific times, just any time during the day, and see if we can make contact on 6 meters. Log them in QRZ or Logbook of the World or whatever you use. There is no special contest. There is no special logs or any of that kind of stuff. And we're going to talk more about that activity day later in this video. This video is going to be a little longer because there's a lot to talk about with the Magic Band. Basically, this band is halfway between HF and VHF. And technically, it's considered a VHF band, but the truth is it doesn't really have the characteristics of neither. Or does it? It actually has the characteristics of both. And that's what makes it magic. That and those ionospheric patches. And we're going to talk about those again in just a few minutes. Most of the time, Magic Band, the 50 megahertz or the 6 meter band, works good on just line of sight, ground wave propagation. Okay, it's close enough to VHF that it works kind of like VHF. You can put up 2 vertical antennas and talk over land, no problem, with no propagation at all, just basically line of sight. It also suddenly opens up, and you get this amazing distance that you can get on these bands, and literally hundreds or even thousands of miles. I have spoke phone on 6 meters all the way up into the Great Lakes area. So it's amazing. I just put up last week, Joseph helped me put up my 6 meter 5-element 4H beam for 6 meters. It's a 6 meter dedicated beam. I put it up for 2 months a year, and then I take it back down and store it. I love 6 meters, and I do it every year. It's an amazing thing. Who is 6 meters mostly Therefore, I guess, who uses it the most? Who would get the most use out of it? DXers. because you can really talk far on this thing when the propagation is right. Who else? Tech explorers, man. If you're into like building tech and building good antennas, this is a challenging band, but yet it's short enough that you're not dealing with antennas that are as big as your yard. And local simplex enthusiast, we've got a 6-meter band up in the next county up, and sometimes I'll go up and I'll vertically polarize my horizontal beam. I'll turn it up and make it vertical, and I shoot it up towards Charlotte County, and I can participate in their 6-meter FM net that they have up there, which is vertically polarized. Most of your sideband stuff, of course, is horizontally polarized. So what kind of modes are used on 6-meter? Just about everything, pretty much. Single sideband is, of course, the distance on phone. That's the best way to go. CW still on there. FM, like I said, the 52.525 is the FM calling frequency, but we'll get into that more later. FT4 and FT8 are kind of big on 6. When it starts running, I will put on FT8 and watch it, and all of a sudden, the list will just start propagating, okay? And I just start answering them, boom, boom, boom. It also does MSK 144, JSA call, Olivia, RIDI, and packet radio, all still over on 6 meters as well. And even AM. There's an AM frequency you can get on there and see if you can get somebody on the AM. So all that's still there. So the Magic Band season, well, when is it? Well, it's late May, right about now, all the way through early August. And it seems to run the best through the month of July. And this is for North America. This changes in South America. They have their Magic Band season in their summertime. So this is a North America phenomenon this time of year. We're coming into the North American Magic Band season. And so I don't see a lot of Magic Band propagation over the equator. It's normally east-west. And it's north-south within the same hemisphere. I just have not seen a whole lot of north-south hemisphere communication on 6 meters, because the whole Magic Band thing is kind of a seasonal thing for the northern hemisphere, and then 6 months later it's seasonal for the southern hemisphere. What are the things people like about 6 meters? Well, they like it because you get to track these ionized patches in the atmosphere, and they're in the E layer of the atmosphere. That's where we get that Sporadic-E is what they call it, the E band and the E layer, and the ionospheric patches will move from east to west. Now, how do we track this? Well, you use a thing called PSK Reporter. You just go to that and just type in your browser, PSK Reporter, or go to pskreporter.info and click on the map. When you get in the map and you look there, change it to 6 meters only on the very upper left corner. Just select 6 meters, select anyone, and click go, and it will show you. You might also, there's a menu on there that you can select always show lines, and I do that because I like to see the lines between the stations. And wherever those lines cross, that's where your reflective ionized patch is in the E layer, and that's what you're shooting for. So basically, when you're looking at PSK Reporter, as I'm going to put an image up over here so you can see it. When you're looking at PSK Reporter, what you're basically looking for is where all the red lines cross. And that shows you where your reflective surface is in the ionosphere. And that's what you're shooting for. They say that F2 layer openings get better during high solar cycles. So this could be a great year for Magic Band. And that's another reason why I got my antenna up and I'm all ready to go, because we are, as you know, at the top of solar cycle 25. And I think that the more solar activity leads to a wilder Magic Band season. And one final thought on the scheduling. There is a small opening called Winter E, and that is usually around December and January. There's a couple of weeks there where Magic Band will open up. It's kind of a weird phenomenon. And I don't put my antenna up just for those 2 weeks, but it is a neat thing that happens if you've got a 6 meter that's always up. remember to put your PSK reporter back up right around Christmas time, and keep an eye out, because there will be some weird openings that come around during the winter E season, which doesn't last very long, and it's not near as powerful as the summer. All right, and let's see here. Antennas. Let's talk about antennas. There's a lot of different kinds of antennas. I started antenna building right off the bat. One of the first things I wanted to do when I became a ham was speak on a technical net that they had in the next town over. And so I immediately took to building dipoles and putting them up on push-up poles. And I used everything I could find around the house. And I started buying sticks of PVC and stick them inside each other and making masts and all kinds of stuff. And I love antenna building, and 6 meters is a fun band to build antennas for, because it's not that big. Think about it. It's only 3 times the size of a 2-meter antenna. So it's really not that big. It's not so big that you can't build something yourself out of wire and PVC. All right, so what kind of antenna can you build? Well, there's a lot of ones out there, like fan dipoles and different ones that are designed to work on all of these different bands. And 6 may be one of the bands that can operate on. So check the antenna that you already have. Also, hook up the antenna that you already have and see if that antenna that you already have will tune out on 6. Some antennas, even with just your internal tuner, will be close enough that they can tune out on 6, and you'll be able to use it on 6. Ground planes are big. You can basically make a ground plane with a block of wood and a wire and some coat hangers. I mean, it really doesn't take a lot to make this stuff. Find some rods of wire, make you a ground plane. Just look it up. A great app that you can put in your phone is called Ham Radio Toolkit. It's Ham Radio Toolkit. Put it in your phone. You want to build a Yagi, you want to build a dipole, you want to build an infed. You just put in there the frequency that you want it to max out on, that you want the SWR to be perfect on, and you hit go, and it comes up with all your measurements, and you just sit there and just build it. So you got ground planes, you got dipoles. Dipoles are easy. It's one up and one down with something in the middle to hook your wire to that isolates everything. Very easy to build. Again, a block of wood and 2 pieces of wire, and you can hang it from a tree, and you've got a 6-meter antenna. Moxons, Yagis, loops, halos. There's a bunch of different options out there for 6-meter. And there's also portable options out there, including just verticals that go on top of your car for like POTA and SOTA and things like that. 6 meters, not that hard to get onto. And let me tell you, a lot of people already have bought these TYT 8900s or 9800s. There's a lot of radios out there that do 6-meter FM. I have several of those, and they do 6-meter FM. They don't do sideband, but they do 6-meter FM, which means on Sunday, if you built you a quick antenna over the weekend, you could be on Sunday and we could make contact. And so this is something you could do. It does take a lot of money. You can get on the Magic Band. And if you have FT8 up on a Shack in the Box, you're all set to go. You can set that up so that when the Magic Band season starts here in a week or so, you can start making a whole bunch of FT4 and FT8 contacts over on 6 meters, because once it starts rolling, people all go over there, and I've sat there and just made 30, 40, 50 contacts in an hour or two, just using FT4 and FT8 on the Magic Band. So really a cool thing. Let's talk about the activity day that's coming up this coming Sunday. The frequency is 52.525. and the date is 5/25/25. It's kind of cool. It's all the same numbers. And there's no formal exchange. Just get on the air, call CQ, make contacts. We want to make the band alive. There is no special reporting, nothing. Just log it in QRZ. It's real easy. For those of you who don't contest because of all the bullshit logging, and you don't contest because of all the complication, this is not a contest. It's not even a field day. It's an activity day. There's no right or wrong. Get on there and talk on the radio. Make your first 6-meter contact this coming Sunday. It'll be worth the effort. And we want to encourage everybody to get out there this Sunday and get on the air on 6 meters. It's going to be a great activity. If you're doing POTA or SOTA on this coming Sunday, get on there on 6 meters. Put up your 6 meter and spot yourself on 6 meter. I bet you'll get some response because we'll all be out there. It's great for if you're a newer operator and you're not even into HF yet. This would be a great thing for you to do this weekend because you can build your own antenna. You can get on the air. You can do it with a tech license. And it would be a great way to make your first 6-meter contacts. Many rigs have 6 meters, like I mentioned earlier, and you just don't realize that you have it. This kind of activity encourages experimenting with antennas. It's portable operations, propagation watching, which is so important. I noticed hams will be hams for years and never watch the propagation, never understand the characteristics of it, never know what websites to go see to see the VHF propagation, the HF propagation. Go to PSK Reporter, go to VHF.PSK, VHF.dxview.org. There's so many of these great websites out there that will help you find where you can get the best contacts, and that's really, really cool. If your rig covers 6 meters, get on because, it's not just the FM calling frequency, 52.525, but it's also on sideband. There's a DX calling frequency, 50.125. That's 50.125, and that's a great way, again, to make long-distance contacts when you start getting these ionospheric openings. And there is repeaters. Not a lot here in Florida, but around the country, there is a lot of repeaters out there on 50 meters. So you can find those and get on them. And they're usually on FM, but not always. The band is best during the day. It's really a day band. I'm not saying it's totally out at night, but it's a day band. It seems to, any kind of propagation you're going to get is mostly going to be during the day. And again, FT8. On 50.313, I'm telling you, you get on there, you'll see people on the waterfall. Make contact with them on FT8. It works good. So I want everybody to be there on Sunday. Be there on this Sunday for the 52.525 activity day this coming Sunday on 5/25/25. And we want... let us know in the comments of this video if you got on and what your longest contact was on 6 meters this coming Sunday. And we will be live here on the YouTube channel with the 6 meter. I'm probably going to have 2 different 6 meter receivers, one here that I'll be using, and on the other side I'm going to put up a web SDR receiver from another part of the country. So you'll be able to hear left and right ears separately. You'll be able to hear 2 different 6 meter receivers, and you'll also be able to see all the the 6 meter propagation information will be on the screen, and everything you need to know to get on the air that day will be available both in that video and in the description. So that's this coming Sunday. Expect a live video throughout the day on Sunday about this event. So it should be really cool. People call it a dead band, but it's not a dead band. You just have to wait till there's an opening. It's not like 20 or 40. You go on 40 at 9 o'clock at night, and the waterfall is just, it's row after row after row of people talking. And that's great. There's more and more people on now. I actually am encouraged lately. I think there's actually more people getting on the radio, and that's really good. 20, very busy, especially during the day and the evening. 20 is very busy. 6 won't be busy unless there's an opening. It takes something to happen to make 6 a really good band. But when it's really good, it's really, really good. So it's worth keeping an eye on that. I have multiple screens in here, and I keep a screen on that PSK Reporter 24 hours a day, watching for openings in the Magic Band this time of year. I also keep the VHF.dx view up as well, because I do a lot of skip over on 2 meter. I love talking 2 meter sideband up and down the state of Florida. All right, guys, there you go. It's the Magic Band season, and it starts right about now, and it goes for the next couple of months through about mid-August. So get on 6 meters. Build your own antenna. Get with me. If you're having problems, email me, ko4efs@gmail.com. That's ko4efs, my call sign, @gmail.com. And I will be glad to help you. I've got specs here. Download Ham Radio Toolkit for your phone and get on the air. I hope to talk to you on Saturday and get you in, or on Sunday and get you into my log. So let's do it. We'll see you guys on Sunday on 6 meters. This is Ian, KO4EFS, here at Starship Adventures. And we are broadcasting from Southwest Florida from Starship Studios. I hope to see you guys on our next adventure. 7 threes, everybody. Have a good one.